IVM.
Hey everybody, quick request once again, if you could help us out by filling out our survey. It's at ivmpodcast.com/survey. This really helps us talk to advertisers about the kinds of people listening to these shows. Really do appreciate your help, and we're going to be doing a random drawing, and we'll be sending out some IVM swag. Hope you enjoy that.
Hi, I'm Zarina Poonawalla, your peak performance coach, life coach, emotional intelligence practitioner, and NLP practitioner. I'm also the founder of Abzo Expertise Unique, and my organization constantly aims at building leaders across continents. After having worked with so many dynamic business honchos, entrepreneurs, startups, CEOs, management gurus, parents, and student communities worldwide, I am convinced that every individual has unleashed potential, and all we really need to do is realize it. Watch the magic unfold, enhance quality of life, relationships, and professions. On my show, be ready for some riveting conversations with inspirational people, snippets, stories, and much more. So here I am on this exceptional journey to find empowerment and inspiration anywhere I can. Come join me on this breathtaking path of self-realization, potential maximization, positivity, and most of all, embrace your inner power. You are on your way to empowering yourselves. Welcome to the Empowering Series with Zarina Poonawalla. Did you know 91% of the population is exposed to unhealthy levels of pollution, and over 7 million people die globally every year due to air pollution? Alarming, isn't it? Now, let's be a little optimistic as well and look at the brighter side of things. NASA had conducted the NASA Clean Air Study to determine if there was a way to clean the air in space stations, and the results were astonishing. They, along with the Associated Landscape Contractors of America, ALCA, were able to conclude that in addition to absorbing carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen, some indoor plants were also naturally able to eliminate certain toxins and pollutants from the air. People who know me and some of the people who listen to my episodes definitely know my undying self-confessed love for plants, and that I personally humbly home a range of plants from the beautiful bougainvilleas to the magnificent Madagascar dragon tree, and from a variety of homegrown herbs to air-purifying houseplants. So trust me when I say I know how to care for plants like I would a walking, talking being. Today I decided to share with you 10 houseplants which I personally care for, and coincidentally, to my surprise, are also enlisted on NASA's list of indoor plants to remove pollutants, toxic gases, and basically purify the air you breathe. So here are my top recommendations for you. I'll start with the top scorer on the NASA list. This one takes first place in all categories and is ranked one of the best houseplants at cleaning air, not just in homes but also office spaces. And it's the Areca palm. The Areca palm is a great looking plant and very aesthetic, especially good for large areas and big spaces. This plant is a powerhouse when it comes to eliminating toxins, and additionally, it is non-toxic for both dogs and cats if you are a pet lover. Then comes another personal favorite, the snake plant. It's also known as the mother-in-law's tongue and comes from the cacti family of plants. The snake plant thrives in minimum water and requires very low maintenance. This one is a resilient and happy one. The snake plant has another very unique quality. It has the ability to convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. So besides removing toxins like formaldehyde and benzene, it also produces oxygen at night, which is why I highly recommend you have one in your bedroom, probably in your living room, bathrooms, and in fact, even a little potting in your car is good for some extra oxygen. The devil's ivy, very commonly known as the money plant to us. It's one of the most beautiful plants on the list, and the money plant is a very easy to maintain, very pretty looking house plant. Its luscious green leaves brighten up any room. The best part about the devil's ivy or money plant is that you can grow it in water as well as soil. And since it's a creeper, it looks gorgeous in hanging pots or baskets, just cascading down, or pots with moss sticks to help shape it upwards. It removes plenty of toxin and also makes your space look beautiful. Then comes the English ivy. English ivy, I would say, is the sister of the money plant or the devil's ivy. From the same family, it's also a creeper, but it's with dark green and white shades. You might recognize the English ivy as a climber on many walls and trees, but NASA claims that it is the number one indoor plant when it comes to air purifiers. They grow well in small pots and they prefer to be crowded. So try and put them in nice hanging baskets. And if you like to propagate plants, this one just needs to be cut out a little bit and put into water for a few days. The peace lily. Peace lilies are simple and easy to grow plants. They're also very easy to care for. Very aesthetic in their appeal with nice, dark, green, glossy leaves. They spell elegance. Avoid very bright light for them and water them weekly in well-drained pots. You will notice dazzling white flowers blossom in due time. Spider plant. Spider is one of my other favorites because it is a stubborn, sturdy plant and it's known for that personality. Spiders are great investments for those who want to plant but lack knowledge and skill about caring for one. Indirect sunlight is good for them. They thrive almost under any conditions and they grow out shoots of baby spiders, which are called spiderets. These again are very easy to propagate. You just need to cut them out, those little spiderets. These are again very easy to propagate. Just cut out those little spiderets and put them in new planting pots. And over a little while, they'll again make a nice, speedy, luscious spider for you. The rubber plant. The rubber plant is actually originated from India. It's a very hardy plant and loves bright spaces with indirect sunlight. It grows quite tall and can be grown under any condition again. Weekly watering in summer and fortnightly watering in winter is good enough for the rubber plant. The best part about the rubber plant is it can grow in a small pot, or you can encourage it to grow in a large indoor, and you can encourage it to grow in a nice large indoor pot, which can make your space look beautiful. This one we all know, but I'm going to repeat it, the aloe vera. We all know the health benefits of this plant, and the aloe should be a homegrown essential for its remedial properties, especially skin, hair, and digestion. However, it turns out it is also a great air purifier. I'd like to call this one the wonder plant, simply because it can be consumed by all senses, and the plant is such a versatile and multi-purpose one. The aloe vera thrives in warm, well-lit rooms, and you will notice brown spots on their leaves when they are exposed to harmful chemicals or extreme harmful chemicals. So if you have aloe vera around you, you will be able to see the level of pollution in the air around you. The bamboo palm. I absolutely love these guys. They grow really well and they grow really tall for houseplants, anything between 4 to 12 feet. And they actually are also formaldehyde filtering machines. They make great indoor additions and are also very pet friendly. These are one of those few air cleaners that love a good dose of full sunlight. So try and put them in your balcony or somewhere facing the sunlight. Finally, the Madagascar dragon tree that I mentioned much earlier. It's also called the Dracaena marginata. The Madagascar dragon tree remains one of the easiest houseplants to look after. It looks attractive and NASA rates it very highly in its list of houseplants because it absorbs different toxins. However, one thing about this plant, it is not very good around children and pets. So try and have this plant in a space where you know there is no contact with children and pets. Instead of spending money on commercial air purifiers and dehumidifiers from the market, I suggest you try this organically. make your home and office spaces breathable. Not only are these plants great air purifiers, but they make for beautiful aesthetic additions to any space. They improve focus and concentration, and they are easy to maintain and grow. They also boost your immunity through cleaner air, increase productivity, reduce stress levels, and have proven to be holistically therapeutic. So go ahead and start planting now. Be safe, be well, be empowered.
If you liked this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on our social media. We are at IVM Podcasts on Twitter and Instagram.
I hope you enjoyed that show. If you aren't following us on social media, it's 2021 now. It's time you did. You didn't in 2020. That was bad enough. But now in 2021, you really, really should. It's IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And a quick reminder to everybody, just please help us out with our survey, ivmpodcast.com/survey. We've had a number of you fill it out so far, but we want to shatter last year's number, right? Really, really blow that up. Go fill out the survey over there. If you do, we'll select from the emails that we have got submitted, and we'll be sending out some interesting swag to people. So what should you be listening to this week? First thing I want to talk about is the unprecedented episode. We did a triple crossover. Vineet Kanabar from Storytellers and Storysellers, Varun Dugirala from Advertising is Dead, and Karthik Nagarajan from the Filter Coffee Podcast all got together and put together a mega episode. Do check it out on whichever of their feeds you want. It's available on all three. On Naan Curry, the guy spoke about the history of alcohol in India. It's got a longer history than people would think. Definitely do check it out. Another show I want to call out this week a little bit is The Note by Maruk Inayat. Maruk had 2 fantastic episodes this week. She did her first episode with Amitabh Mattu about the elections in Kashmir, and then she did another one where she told the story of how she faked her identity to interview Benazir Bhutto. Definitely do check it out. And with that, I hope to see you again next week.
जिंदगी डायरीज के पन्नों में कुछ पुरानी यादें, समुंदर किनारे झूमते दरख्त, जवान दिल की धड़कनें और अनजान मुलाकातें हैं। तो आइए खोलिए मेरे साथ जिंदगी डायरी के पन्ने और साथ ही खुलकर जीते हैं जिंदगी। आप सुन सकते हैं जिंदगी डायरीज IVM पॉडकास्ट ऐप या वेबसाइट पर, या जहां कहीं से भी आप अपने पॉडकास्ट सुनते हो।